Hey guys, Lindsay here.
And Marissa?
Today is August 23rd. We are talking about what we would tell our future selves or younger selves. I would probably not tell myself anything younger or older. I've seen enough movies and TV shows to know what happens when you mess with the space-time continuum and you run into your future or younger self. So I wouldn't tell myself anything. What about you?
I would tell my younger self to pay more attention to current events, which brings me to what I really want to speak about, current events.
Segue.
We have been preoccupied with our marriage and just
life in
all
general.
Sorts of stuff, and haven't been paying much attention to what's been going on. And then recently, this large mass killing was done in Syria. There were bombings outside of Damascus, and then all of this video came out, people on their cell phones, of just bodies and people like suffocating and dying without any wounds. And so they think it's chemical weapons. There's like, I think 1,000 people now. It could be up to 1,200 people who've died. Lots of children, lots of families, because the bombing was near apartment buildings. And I think the bombs, they said, were tipped in sarin gas. And a lot of experts have now said there's a lot of rumors going around that the rebels are killing their own people with chemical weapons because they want to try and pin it on the Assad regime. And Syria is one of 5 countries who have not signed on to the Chemical Weapons Convention. They are... I learned them. Angola, Egypt, North Korea, Syria, and South Sudan.
That's impressive.
Yes, and then there are 2 countries who have signed but not ratified it, and that is Israel and Myanmar. And so these countries have stockpiles of chemical weapons and have used them in the past and have no intention of getting rid of them. And what's interesting is there are UN inspectors there in the country that just came into Syria like a few days before this bombing, and they're not far from Damascus. And the government isn't saying either way whether they're going to be able to come into that like bombing area or not to test to see if it was sarin gas.
They're testing for prior
They're testing for prior usage at other locations in Syria because this has been going on for a while, and there have been like small scale attacks where they believe chemical weapons have been used, but they have to then test the soil. But if they were able to get into this site where the bombing was, they could immediately tell whether sarin gas was used or not.
And it just so happens that they were there.
I think at The Guardian, they were saying, like, they had petitioned the government to go to the site a day after it happened because they were literally like 15 or 20 minutes from the place where it happened. You know, people are dying, but this was like a large mass casualty, and it's really put a lot of pressure on, France and England and the United States and the UN to really decide whether, mass casualties due to chemical weapons is a red line that we have decided to cross or not cross.
Meaning, like, if we're going to intervene or not?
Yeah, if we're going to intervene, and what that means, and whether intervening in a civil war is a good idea or a bad idea. So it's something to think about, and I just want to put it out there for, to take a minute to think about what's going on and think of the people that are living there and just what it would be like to wake up at 2 a.m., not to, speeding cars, but, to bombs.
Yeah.
Serious bombs. So that's what I had to say. Thanks for letting me talk about it, because I was like, I don't want to talk about what I tell my future or past self.
So that is VEDA Day 23 with a roundabout intro to Syria. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Peace.